This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
Just
this
stop.
is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How we feeling?
Doing good.
Feel good.
How you feeling?
We're talking about affordable dates on a first date.
Yeah.
Right up until the show started.
I suggested family-owned pho spots.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
was
they
like, if you only got
generally have,
$100
like, yeah.
When you're sick, pho is amazing.
best.
Pho is amazing for any
Yeah, I
time.
need to really go into it.
First dates, though, because I make mine too spicy. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it's a Vietnamese soup, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But I make mine really spicy, so there's a lot of tissues going on, you know? And I don't know if you want that on a first
so
date.
gross.
It's not a super sexy
And you have to slurp a little bit.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fluids going in and out, you know?
All right.
Fluid.
Easy there.
Cleanser. It is. It's
See?
great, though.
If you weren't captivated, now you are. All right. Welcome to DBL. We are getting more details about Britney Spears' upcoming memoir, The Woman in Me. It comes out next week and has already shot to the #1 spot on Amazon. She claims in the book that she had an abortion after getting pregnant with Justin Timberlake. We mentioned that yesterday. Also, she says that Justin cheated on her with an unnamed celebrity. This after it was widely believed that Britney cheated on him. It's coming out now 20 years later. Meantime, Britney posted another video, dancing with knives. Again, we don't know if this was an old video because it looks like she might be wearing the same thing.
Yeah,
but
she reposts a lot of old
She dresses similar in all of her videos, so it might be new. She still claims these knives are fake, even though they're making clanging noises. But
Ooh,
that might be fake, but everything in the book is 100% real.
Well, you know why it has to be real? Lawyers. She has a team of lawyers looking over things, making sure everything is not.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but
Okay.
I mean, I do hope people understand that this book isn't just Britney with a stream of consciousness. Like, people check this over for defamation. There were
Especially when
facts
you're talking
checked.
about super famous people.
Yeah, like there are things you have to be really careful about when you're talking about Justin Timberlake, that things aren't recklessly disregarded for the truth. There's no actual malice here. So I was always thought that Britney broke up Justin and Britney because of Cry Me a River.
Right. I think that was a public sentiment.
Yeah, and he had hired a Britney lookalike to play the star of that movie, of that music video. So everyone turned on her in that way, and that was the beginning of the downfall, if you remember.
Let me just push back a little
Yeah.
because I'm confused. Why wouldn't she come out then and say, he cheated on me with Jessica Alba? I'm just putting it out there
Right.
because it's an unnamed celebrity. Why wouldn't she say that to cover her name and wait 30 years to say it when Wade Robinson came out and said that was true too? He was the backup dancer that she cheated on or cheated
I
with.
don't know why she didn't say it, but some
Allegedly.
people allegedly. But
That's
some
why I don't know if all these stories are true.
But we forget what was happening in pop culture in 2005. She wasn't just able to come out and be like, that's not true and here's the truth. Like, it sounds silly because everyone says their truth like 24 hours a day, like all day, every day now. But there was like protocols. I mean, when these stories, and around this time, I was doing morning radio in Chicago. Britney and Justin were huge on our station. They would come on for interviews. We had very specific criteria, like for most of the people that we spoke to, their publicists were either in the room or on the phone, and it was like very structured.
Choreographed
It wasn't like it is now. So to even think about like, well, why wouldn't you just say what the truth was? That wasn't even an option for someone like Britney Spears at that point. And I don't think that people young enough to not remember that time will even understand the concept of that.
I don't believe that, Al. I don't care if it was 20 years ago or 50 years ago. I understand your point of view. I totally get it. But if you're smashing windows and you shaved your head because your life is so crazy, wouldn't you at maybe one point sneak up and be like, by the way, I didn't cheat on Justin. He cheated on me with XYZ. You don't think that would come out at any point in the last 30 years?
Look, I'll say this, and just starting with what you said in terms of her breaking windows and shaving her head. I think that was the first time that America, like I said, full disclosure, I grew up with that, so that wasn't that crazy to me. Maybe not to that extent, but I'd seen that before, and I think that was the first time that America saw what it looks like when somebody snaps.
Yeah, the mental break.
And they break. So
I
like
agree.
her addressing a cheating scandal or upcoming album, where I think now if she did that, we'd be like, she's got an album coming out. This is just free press. I think when you see somebody have a break that you can argue they never really fully recovered from, you know, maybe America, we grew up and realized that these people that we poke and prod at and make fun of and laugh at and push and push and push, there is a breaking point. There's a central nervous system in which people are no longer healthy. And if we look at, and I'm going to stop talking, but the Amanda Bynes, and we look at the young black, he was young then, he's old, Orlando
Brown.
Brown. And he was, yes, I loved him in Major Pain. It's sad to see what happened to a lot of these kids that were pushed and prodded and sexualized and shoved into the public light and then left to their own devices and watched to be disintegrated. Like I said, Erica, I feel like we as the public have some culpability in that.
Well, of course. I mean, and for me, like, we are around the same age of like the Britney, Justin, whatever. So especially being in media, you're looking to what everyone else is doing and saying. At that time, that was the height of, Perez Hilton was like the biggest website. And that was all about being super salacious and coming after, right, and coming after these big celebrities. And he was making a killing on that because that's how insatiable the appetite was for the public. But when you look at any of these, like, Britney had so many things coming at her. There was the Fred Durst thing, and then there was all of these things. It's like, what do you address at that point? Like, do you address specifically this? And then also, you're talking about record labels. Will her album be shelved if she says something derogatory against Justin? What, will she no longer be able to do? Like, and you see that, you saw that all the time. There's so much politics at play. So there were always consequences for someone speaking out of turn. And when I look at those pictures of Britney now with Justin, the thing that hurts me the most is how much light she had in her eyes back then, and how we haven't seen that out of her for decades. Because everything has been controlled.
I'm just going to take 10 seconds here. I agree with that, and I do think fans are looking at her music videos now in response. There's a music video every time in which she walks by with this sadness in her eyes, okay? And it's a scene in which a woman's giving birth. And now that we've known that she had an abortion with Justin, she wanted to keep it, he didn't. Maybe that's some part of the eyes losing the glow, losing the light.
Yeah, just looking at that picture, that's the first time I've seen that. That looks like it's pretty symbolic of an event that happened or did.
And she couldn't speak about it, but she could visually show it. You know
that would be a very random thing to put in a video for no reason.
All right, former NFL player Adrian Peterson was voted off Dancing with the Stars last night. Adrian danced
the Viennese.
A Vietnamese waltz?
No, Viennese.
Viennese waltz?
Yes, from Vienna.
Oh, good for him. And earned praise from the judges. He even got a respectable 21 out of 30. But when the fan votes were added, guess what? He was eliminated. In 2014, Adrian pled no contest for assaulting his son with a switch. He was also arrested for domestic violence last year. We should have just started with that because that's what we want to talk about anyway. He didn't address that at all on Dancing with the Stars. Should he have? And maybe kind of put it behind him?
It goes both ways, and I think it's a calculated decision. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. It's like, do you bring it up and try and give it air, or is it one of those things like, if we didn't bring it up, no one would have brought it up?
Well, let me ask you a question here, because I kind of got in a lot of trouble last time I spoke about this, and I want to be very careful with my words. If you're not going to bring it up, why? And again, he might be a really interesting person. Other than that, I don't know much about Adrian Peterson. But why are you having him on this show if that's the elephant in the room, I guess?
I agree. If you're going to be on the show, address it. Otherwise, don't go on the show.
Have a different person.
And just let time pass.
Right. Like, pick a different athlete, maybe?
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
I think domestic violence and child abuse deserves more breath than Dancing with the Stars can really give it.
Maybe don't have him on.
But then why go on? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but I'm just saying, that being said, it's not as though, because everyone's like, oh, is that why he was voted off? And
no, I don't think
really vote people off. You just don't get as many votes as the people who get to stay. But there were, what, 3-4 celebrities that were voted off before him.
Yeah.
So it apparently wasn't something that was like the catalyst to him leaving. Maybe it just shows where he fell in the ranking of popularity. But at the end of the day, I don't know if Dancing with the Stars was the place, which does beg the question,
Right.
if that was going to be the elephant in the room, why wouldn't it
Well, I think,
have been
Erica, that
addressed
there
before?
are shows that are for people that are kind of coming back. If you look at like what the nature of shows that have a celebrity all-star cast do, Dancing with the Stars kind of relaunches you into the social consciousness again. But the show that Vanderpump Rule guy is on, the kind of Special Forces show, what kind of athletes are on there? You have Tara Reid, you know, famously kind of a bad girl, lost her way. You have the Tom Sandoval, bad boy kind of, and what those shows are very redemptive. You want to see Tom Sandoval get in a fight and get his nose bloodied. You want to see these people that the public has had some ire for have to go through this hardship and then redeem themselves. It plays along the stories of almost like religion.
It's the same as the Surreal Life, just updated for 2023.
Right.
So we're going to do the Special Forces thing, but really you're on that show because you had some sort of past.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to redeem yourself.
They want to see you jump out of the helicopter, land in the water, come out crying, say, I can't believe I did that. And now I want to talk about my issue. I shouldn't have done that to Jeff.
Yes.
And and it kind of is a redemption story. So now, after that show, you can now go do Dancing with the Stars because you've paid your debt to society.
So I wonder if this is maybe setting Adrian up for a future interview to talk about it, or maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, his name's out there now.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams. She's sharing her secret to glowing skin. And Gwyneth Paltrow, Tori is launching Goop products at Target.
For the poor people! Yay!
Are they that much affordable, though? We're going to talk about it next.
You see them.
Hi guys.
You're going to be nice to my girl this segment because I'm worried you're going to do some hair.
I will say this: we are showing some pictures, and I don't want to give too much away. Of Bustle, it's a placed website and a magazine, and she's on it. And it's a you have never seen Gwyneth look like this recently.
Okay. But yeah, it's interesting because I was trying to relate one story to the next, even if we're not covering it. But I heard you guys in our pre-meeting saying that she looks great, full disclosure, and she looks glamorous. Is that better or worse than if she was going to be brave and go with no makeup? So when do you go with no makeup, and when do you do the strip down? This is me, Cindy Crawford at 50, or do you go, I'm glammed up?
I think it's a marketing tool.
Right, but when would you
do that switch? Well, she's just launching the Target. Maybe it's something that age group or that demographic likes to see her a little more glammed than I live on an oat farm and I drink.
You want the audience to see themselves in you. So maybe
that's what,
they're saying, if she looks that great, if I buy Goop,
then I can too.
Have you ever bought anything from Goop? Have you ever been close?
It's like one of the one times we looked at it. It's a catalog, and you can buy it. And the Christmas ones are very famous. And the cheapest thing on there, I believe, was like a $200 salt shaker. So like even beginning to get.
Did you get the pepper too?
No, just salt.
That's what you have to tell people. They're like, do you have the pepper?
Salt, pepper is different.
My husband's driving Uber, so we can get the pepper.
So yeah, it's just, and it is for a certain demographic, and they love it. Just not my demographic, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you can. I thought I saw a little spilled
yogurt.
Do you smell
yogurt?
Yeah.
Where's the yogurt?
Oh my God.
What?
Oh, spilled yogurt.
Hey.
Oh, poor Taylor.
I like she just threw a jacket over it.
It's very gentlemanly.
Oh, poor Tay-Tay.
Well done, guys.
All right, good job, Taylor. Taylor working hard over there.
Really good.
We love you. All right, welcome
Probiotics.
back to DBL. Gwyneth Paltrow she's leaving now. Gwyneth Paltrow is launching a discount Goop skincare line, which will be available in Target and on Amazon, Tori. Gwyneth spoke about her new Good, Clean Goop beauty line in Bustle magazine. She said the new beauty line is for someone who might buy Goop products, but it's just that this line is more affordable. Okay, we got that. The line, the line of eye creams, moisturizers, and supplements are all priced below $40. Just to put this in perspective, her regular Goop all-in-one nourishing facial cream goes for $98, and her Youth Boost peptide serum costs $150. We could have just said some prices are up to $150 and others are $40.
There we go.
But
Done
we
and
added
easy.
peptide.
But,
You have to
Jeff,
add the
you're not
peptide.
in the world of face products.
Peptides
I wanted
are
to be
great.
So,
specific.
yes,
Yeah.
that
I'm more
resonated.
into yogurt spills than skincare.
Fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
What do we think?
Well,
What do you
I think that my line is cheaper.
Yeah, Erica, pluggy
Wait,
plug.
which line? Which line?
Erica Cobb by Angel Aesthetics. You
Oh,
can
okay.
see it on my Instagram. Anyway, yeah, I see when it comes to skincare, it's so personal that I want to see like what people's transition or like
For sure.
transformations. Like I want to see what I'm paying for, and I don't get the sense with these like high, like flashy campaigns that you're seeing that.
Right.
You're seeing a lot of work and aesthetics and hair and makeup, but are you seeing what's going to happen to your skin? So when you're asking someone to buy a product like that, I feel like it should be a little bit more stripped down.
I totally agree. Now, first off, I'm glad she's giving crumbs to the poor people. Thank God, Goop.
Oh, you're such a hater.
Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. The smart marketing move, but I agree with Erica on this. First of all, she looks fabulous on Bustle. Really, she looks great. However, like, look at that. That's a Gwyneth you haven't seen in a while. But I'm with Erica on this. If I like skincare from Target, I'm not joking. I will look at a brown spot and they will show age like 14 weeks, 18 weeks, and I'll see I don't need to see that Bustle. I need to see real skin transform.
But that's a different kind of skin. That's a day-to-day, I'm going to
But
work
that's a
and I want my
Target
skin.
skincare line.
What it looks like she's selling to me is Saturday night, we got the filter on the camera, you're wearing your Get 'em Girl dress, and you are going to look fabulous. That's going to be your night to show out. And I feel like those products
Women
are for the
don't-
one night
Right.
that you go out and you are as sexy as you can possibly feel.
That's not skincare works.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that's not what they're selling. If
But
they
no,
would,
no,
they would be
no,
having.
That's not how skincare works. Period. You don't just use that thing on one night.
You have to use
because
it for
that's your
years.
special night.
Right.
Like that's not even how that
I'm
works.
sure you're absolutely 100% correct. I'm saying they're not selling that long-term, get your skin to be smooth. They're
that's a
saying
very
one night
flawed
you're going to look
campaign.
amazing.
That's why we don't like the campaign.
That's a flawed campaign.
I agree with
In the
that.
Instagram world,
No,
I think
no,
those
no.
pictures look
Women
good.
in
And then the
skincare.
idea that anything's going to happen overnight is such a fallacy that
Yeah.
it should be something that people can sue over.
Yeah, yeah. Women in skincare are different.
You lost.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
It's a totally different animal.
Creepy, crawly, itchy, head lice. The CDC says 6 to 12 million infestations happen every year, mostly in elementary school kids. 5 on Your Side viewer Jessica from Chesterfield asked the Verify team, do kids with head lice have to be sent home from school? Jessica, let's verify. Our sources, the CDC, the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, the Illinois State Board of Education, and the Department of Public Health, and the National Association of School Nurses. All of our sources say head lice can be a nuisance, but they have not been shown to spread disease, and that personal hygiene or cleanliness in the home or school has nothing to do with getting head lice. For the purposes of this Verify, we are talking about live lice, not the eggs. Live lice can't jump or fly, only crawl to their next host, using their specialized claws to grasp human hair. The education departments in the state of Illinois and Missouri and the CDC all agree. Students diagnosed with live head lice do not need to be sent home early from school. They should go home at the end of the day and return to class after treatment has begun. The National Association of School Nurses argues families are overcorrecting when it comes to treatment, and that no live lice policies in schools cause unnecessary school absences for students and loss of parent workdays and family wages. We can verify students diagnosed with live head lice do not have to be sent home early from school. The CDC and state of Missouri and Illinois recommend the child go home at the end of the day and return to school after their first treatment.
Welcome back. Reality star Porsha Williams Gubadia has served some unforgettable moments on TV. And earlier, she shared her secrets to saying, "Goodbye, Ashy." Take a look.
Hello, Porsha. Welcome to DBL.
Yes.
Hey,
y'all clapping. How y'all doing?
We are wonderful now that you're here. We're so happy to have you, sis. So let's get into it, because as a woman of color, we know what our skin means to us. Share with us your personal experience with skincare.
Well, my personal experience with skincare is that it's ever changing, okay? It changes by the seasons. And as the seasons are changing now, it's becoming more and more dry, which is when we get that ashy skin. Hence the "by ashy" comments start coming out. Yeah, you know, the ashiness of our skin just means that we need a little more TLC. It just needs to be hydrated more. It needs to be treated with a better product that is going to be formulated for us. And that is why I'm now working with Nivea, because they have done just that with their new Melanin Beauty product that they have right here that I've been using.
Ooh. That is beautiful. I'll tell you this. I live my life in rap lyrics. My co-host Jeff.
I didn't know if it was appropriate for me to say.
Honestly, and it's Biggie when he said he went from ashy to classy.
Yep, that's exactly what was in my head.
That's what I thought about.
Right.
It's so important.
Exactly.
It's so important. So, you know, being ashy is something.
It is important.
Yeah, it's something we all would like to say goodbye to. So I have to ask you, have you ever been caught being ashy? Because I know I have. Like right here, right, problem areas.
Why do I feel like you're pointing at your elbow or your knees? Because that's normally the problem spot. Elbow, knees, and those feet, honey, they will betray you every single time. And yes, I have been ashy before, but I'm known to call it out on other people, hence the "by ashy" comment. But for me, I just feel like when it comes to skincare, you have to be consistent. You really, really do. And people of color, we have to be more consistent during the drier months, like I said. And this particular product, it has argan oil in it, which is great for hydrating your skin. It also has Q10 in it as well, which is great for firming your skin. So it has two of the main things that I'm always concerned about when it comes to my body care.
I love a good argan oil. When it comes to beauty, though, what do you plan to teach your daughter, PJ, about skincare? Because it's all important to pass that down.
First of all, I would love her to understand that her skin is her skin, okay?
Nice.
You have your own type of skin. Mine is dry, hers happens to be dry, but love the skin you're in and find a product that is good for you. You know, a lot of times when you compare yourself to other people, that's when you have issues, because then you're talking to someone and they're telling you about a product that may not be formulated for you. And so for my daughter, I just want her to love the skin she in, knows that she's beautiful, and just be the best that she can be.
Thank you so much for joining us, Porsha. DBL Nation, I'm going to say this. Don't make fun of me right now. Say bye to being ashy. Visit NiveaUSA.com.
That's right.
I can do it. I can do it. Also follow Porsha on Instagram at Porsha
You did it.
For Real. Thank you so much, Miss Williams. I did really well. Thank you. You did really well. We can't wait to buy some Nivea. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
A viral post with nearly 2 million views claims Hamas has training camps in Mexico, including one just across the border from Texas. But is there any evidence that these camps exist? Let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Department of State, the National Counterterrorism Center, and Javed Ali, a counterterrorism associate professor at the University of Michigan. Hamas was created in 1987 with the goal of creating a Palestinian state in Israel's place. The National Counterterrorism Center, which tracks Hamas, says the militant group primarily operates in Gaza and has a presence in the West Bank, refugee camps in Lebanon, and key regional capitals in the Middle East. Not Mexico. Ali tells Verify in 35 years, Hamas has never conducted an attack outside of Israel, and there's no reason to think it's expanded beyond the Middle East. In 2021, the State Department compiled a report on terrorism in Mexico, which concluded there was no credible evidence indicating international terrorist groups established bases in Mexico. So, no, there is no evidence of Hamas training camps in Mexico. With your Verify along the U.S.-Mexico border in San Diego, I'm Brandon Lewis.
House has now gone 2 weeks without a speaker. It's a critical absence with so much important legislation in limbo, like requested aid for Israel and Ukraine and a plan to avert a government shutdown. But is this the longest we've ever gone without a speaker? To verify, we checked with the Congressional Research Office and the Office of the Historian of the House of Representatives. According to our sources, while this is the second contentious speaker vote this year, division like this hasn't existed for a century. Before 2023, the House went exactly 100 years without needing more than one round of voting. But it was more common before the Civil War. And in 1855, the House went 2 months without a speaker. With slavery and immigration as the divisive issues of the day, they voted 133 times before electing Nathaniel Banks. So we can verify there have been longer vacancies in the Speaker's office. Hopefully they figure things out a little faster this time.
Welcome back. Fall weather is here and I love it. And before you know it, winter weather will be here too. Prepare your car with these tips. That's today's Auto Alert, sponsored by Ox Car Care. First up, fluids like oil, power steering, and brake fluids thicken when temperature cools, so it's a must to change them before winter. Next, cold weather puts strain on the car battery, so have your battery and charging systems tested. Very important. Lastly, having good tires is vital for the winter. Make sure they're properly aligned and check that tread for signs of wear. Ox Car Care is dedicated to providing you with an amazing auto protection plan experience that works with your budget. If you're looking for better car care, give them a call today at 800-946-5040. We were just talking in the break about all of our stories. It's so amazing. No matter what you bring to the table, there's always another side.
There always is.
Yes.
Right?
Always.
I guess that's what we're here for.
I love life.
We'll see you tomorrow with a new controversial story.